guys, it's Sarah here. Thanks for clicking on my video. Hope you enjoyed today's painting. Today I'm doing another ribbon pour and the colours that I'm using are as follows. Winsor & Newton Galeria Mars Black, Burnt Umber mixed with some Mars Black, Copper and Pale Umber, and then PBO Studio Acrylics in Iridescent Copper, Iridescent Gold and Iridescent Precious Gold. All of my paints are mixed with some Liquitex pouring medium and a little bit of warm water. I don't do exact recipes, I don't weigh and measure, everything's done by eye. So as you can see, I'm layering the colours quite carefully in the pot. I don't want them all to mix together. We've got some interesting mistakes and fixes in this video. I made some rather silly decisions, which I then had to try and correct. That cup looks gorgeous. So today's canvas is a 16 by 16 deep edge canvas. Today's music is Relaxing Piano Music by MacLeod of Incompetech. It's a track I use quite often because it's really long. I think it's about 25 minutes long, the original. So I've got a couple of different lengths of that music track cut, so I can use them on various lengths of video. As always with my videos, this is sped up. This is playing about twice the speed that I was actually tilting. So I'm tilting relatively slowly to try and avoid too many zigzags. But I've got plenty of paint on this one, so if you don't have enough paint on your canvas when you tilt and you've got a pattern like this, you will end up with a lot of zigzags. Quite a busy looking painting today, and it's only going to get busier. trying to get a last dribble of paint out of the cup, but it's not playing ball. I made a mistake when I was prepping for this in that I didn't tape down or white tack down the dust sheet that I'm painting on. So as you can see on the left, when I've moved my arm, the breeze has taken it and attached it to the side of the painting, which I've just spotted. Trying to think when I last did a painting that didn't have metallics in it. I'm not sure I can think of one. I love working with metallics. Off camera there, I'm just refilling my little heat gun, not heat gun, my chef's torch with butane. So here's where things start to go a little bit wrong. So I had this idea in my head that I would add some of my leftover gold to embellish the painting. So these droppers work pretty well until they get a little bit of air trapped in them. And then you get a sputter of paint coming out, like I did at the end of that line. And you have to refill it and try and start again. This isn't something I've ever done before, but I've seen a couple of other people do it and it always looks really effective, so I wanted to try it out. I don't know whether it's me not having the skill to do it or the type of pipette that I'm using, but it wasn't massively successful. It does look pretty in person, but so the effect I'm trying to get here is similar to something that I do quite often with my paintings, which is to either embellish with glue and gold leaf after it's dried, or to embellish with metallic markers. Now this here, where I'm dropping little dots, is where I think I lost my mind. I'm not really sure what I thought I was adding by doing this. I certainly gave myself a problem because as soon as I'd done it, I hated it. I love the lines I put on, but these dots are just madness. So then I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll just pull them out a little bit with a pin, make them into some hearts. Anyway, I hated it. They look really stupid. Wish I hadn't done it. and for some reason I even went over this line that was looking quite pretty and tried to break it up and made it look terrible. So in a minute you'll see me fixing this. This is not the fix. This is not making it look any better by adding a wiggly line of copper on top of it. But you know, half the fun of this kind of painting is experimenting, playing around, right? It's frustrating watching this back and recording the commentary. So I just want to slap myself. I don't know what I was thinking. It's just hideous. So now that I've come to the realisation that what I've done has completely wrecked my painting, I'm adding my leftover paints into the cup that I've already poured so that I can do another ribbon and try and cover up that hideous mess that I've made with my wiggly lines and running my pin through it. This is one of those videos that I contemplated not putting up, but I think I hope it's helpful to show people, even though I've been pouring for over 2.5, nearly 3 years now, I still make mistakes. So that's definitely better than those stupid wiggly lines that I had. And if anybody's thinking about commenting saying, oh, you shouldn't have tilted that, the ribbon looked fine as it was, you can't leave that much paint sitting on the canvas. It'll just crack when it dries. But fortunately it gave me enough paint to move the whole lot down and get rid of some of those stupid little blobs that I had in the bottom half of the painting. So I've still got that weird little copper line in the bottom right hand corner that I put on around my pin through when I was having clearly some kind of mental breakdown. Usually when I finish doing a pour painting, I either dip pendants or potentially a canvas or something else into the runoff, or I scoop it all up into a pot and save it for another painting as a unique colour. This is one of those occasions where I did not do that, because what ran off of the painting was complete mud. Although it had a lot of metallics in, which, you know, was very pretty, it just was a really dirty, muddy colour, and I knew I wouldn't use it in anything else. Still trying desperately to resolve that bottom right hand corner issue, and so I'm just doing a last ditch attempt to get every scrap of paint that I can scrape out of these pots to create another ribbon to pour over that corner. You'll see these pots quite often in my videos. I almost always reuse the same pots. I try to avoid using single-use plastics wherever possible, and even when I do use the disposable cups, I'd say at least 60-70% of the time they get reused. The only thing that I don't ever reuse, which I probably should try to because I see some other people doing it, is the stir sticks. I do throw those away, although I know quite a few other people who let the paint dry on them and then just reuse them. As you can see, I've managed to get rid of that horrible copper bit that I put in that corner. It's a very busy painting, but it's quite pretty. And as you'll see in the end pictures, the metallics really pop out when it's dry. But overall, I'm undecided as to whether I really like this painting or not. I haven't varnished it yet. I have taken pictures of it cured and dried, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to varnish it and put it up for sale. So here's the dried end pictures. I'm not sure. What do you think, guys? Paint over it or keep it and varnish it? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.